TV News Prime. Federal Executive Council Disaster Management Court dismisses units suit seeking Gandage's sack as APC National Chairman. In business, new U.S. rules to exacerbate trade dispute with China. On the foreign scene, Saudi reduces allocation for tour operators to 20. And in sports, in fencing, Bro wins Nigeria's first medal at 2028 Olympics. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agmofwegbe. A quick reminder to our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. Tonight, let's begin by telling you President Bola Tinubu is currently presiding over the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Council Chambers of the State House in Abuja. Prior to the commencement of the Council meeting, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, commended President Tinubu for his commitment to democracy through the conduct of free and fair election in Edo State. Akume also commended the All Progressives Congress leadership in Edo State that produced the victory of Senator Monday Okpebholo. The council as well observed some minutes of silence in honor of a deceased former member of the council, Salome Audu Jakanda, who died on the 27th of August 2024. In the meantime, the Federal Executive Council has approved the establishment of a disaster management fund. This was disclosed to journalists by Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, at the State House in Abuja after the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu. Edun also revealed that the Council passed the Economic Stabilization Bill, which is largely based on the recommendations of the Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform Committee. Vice President Kashif Shettima has arrived in New York to represent Nigeria at the 79th United Nations General Assembly. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Stanley Onwokocha, made this known in a statement on arrival, saying that the Vice President was received by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, and Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani. Away to other matters now. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the governorship candidates of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Senator Monday Okpebholo, as the winner of the Edo 2024 governorship election, having polled the highest number of votes cast at 291,667. Anthony Momodu now reports from Benin City. We'll bring you that report subsequently. President of the Economic Community of West African States Commission, Omar Toure, has emphasized the need for tangible action on long-standing commitments to global peace and development. Toure spoke at the Summit of the Future of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. He also commended the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres for convening the summit, noting its importance at a time when the world faces pivotal choices. Mohamed Badru, Nigeria's Minister of Defense, says the country has earned the right to become a member of the UN Security Council after contributing to 41 peacekeeping missions, deploying over 200,000 troops. Badru made this known in his address at the Summit of the Future Interactive Dialogue 2, titled Enhancing Multilateralism for International Peace and Security in New York. Badru, who also spoke with State House correspondents at the Nigerian House in New York, said Nigeria had a long-standing commitment to international peace and security. The Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barau Jibrin, has hailed the victory of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in the recent governorship election in Edo State, describing it as a vote of confidence on President Bola Tinubu. Senator Barau, who is also the first Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, remains the most potent force in democracy, saying that in a statement by his media advisor, Ismail Mudashir, commending the Independent National Electoral Commission for upholding the people's will as expressed by their votes. The governor-elect of Edo State, Monday Okpebholo, has promised to bring the South-South state to an enviable height when he assumes office. The Independent National Electoral Commission had declared him the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress, winner of the keenly contested election. He polled 291,667 votes to defeat Aswe Ighodalo of the People's Democratic Party, who secured 247,274 votes, and Olumide Akpata of the Labour Party, who came a distant third with 22,761 votes. Addressing reporters after he was declared winner of the governorship election, Okpebholo appreciated the people of the state for choosing the right person to govern them for the next 4 years. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has predicted thunderstorms nationwide from Monday, September 23 to Wednesday, September 25, 2024. The agency's weather outlook released in Abuja forecast morning thunderstorms on Monday over parts of Sokoto, Kebbi, and Borno states. According to it, thunderstorms are envisaged over parts of Borno, Yobe, Jigawa, Taraba, Adamawa, Gombe, Bauchi, Kano, Katsina, Kaduna, Zamfara, Kebbi, and Sokoto states later in the day. The United States has stepped up to provide critical humanitarian aid to thousands of victims affected by the devastating floods in Maiduguri and other parts of Borno State. The severe flooding that occurred on September 10, 2024 has led to the loss of lives, widespread destruction of properties, and the displacement of countless families. This was revealed in a statement made available to journalists today from the U.S. Embassy in Abuja. Meanwhile, the United States Mission in Nigeria has issued a comprehensive guide to assist American citizens residing in Nigeria in voting in the upcoming November 5, 2024 elections. In a statement shared by the mission on its X handle, it outlined the steps U.S. citizens must take to ensure their votes are counted. The U.S. mission advised citizens to complete these steps promptly to avoid delays that could affect their ability to participate in the election. Justice Iyang Eko of the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the suit seeking the removal of Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje as the national chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. In his judgment, he agreed with the preliminary objection of the second defendant, who praised the court to strike out the suit on the grounds that the claimant does not have the required local standard to institute the suit. The judge also agreed with the preliminary objection of the third defendant, who argued that the name the claimant had used and sued in the Northern Central APC Forum is not a registered body. Students and staff members of the Federal University Gusau in Zamfara State who were kidnapped by bandits have regained their freedom after 7 months in captivity. The victims were reportedly kidnapped during an attack in the Gusau area in February of this year. Security analyst and counterinsurgency expert Zagazola Makama confirmed the release in a report via X. A Pan-African group, Africa Vision 525 Initiative, says it is partnering with the federal government to boost use of science and technology among youths and instill African culture in their day-to-day activities. The event organized by the group presented a simulation of the African Union Assembly as part of events to celebrate Nigeria as 64. You're watching News Prime, coming to you live on Global Television. When the news returns tonight, Nigeria beats Tanzania in Under-19 Cricket World Cup qualifiers opener. Details of these and more stories for you behind this short break. Please stay with us. Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of News Prime with Uyi Agmofugbe. Thank you for your time with us. Now let's talk business. Crude oil refiners have said with the right interventions by the federal government, pump price of petrol produced by Dangote Petroleum Refinery may crash below 600 naira per litre. Publicity Secretary of the Crude Oil Refiners Association of Nigeria, Eche Idoko, said in an interview that the association still has a strong belief that local refineries like Dangote and others can bring down the cost of petrol. Idoko said the 898 naira per litre claimed by the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited as the price at which it bought from Dangote reflected the rising exchange rate in the country. Most Asian markets today rose, building on last week's rally following the Federal Reserve's bumper interest rate cut, while sentiment was also boosted by hopes for fresh measures to kickstart China's economy. Also, oil prices edged up on worries about an escalation of the conflict in the Middle East after Lebanon-based Hezbollah launched dozens of rockets at Israel, with both sides threatening to ramp up hostilities. Traders greeted the first reduction in borrowing costs since 2020 by pushing the Dow and S&P 500 to record highs as they contemplated a soft landing for the world's top economy. China has warned the United States not to take discriminatory actions against its firms following reports Washington is planning to ban the sale of vehicles using Chinese and Russian technology. It was reported, citing sources, that the United States was mulling new rules that would ban hardware and software made in China from its vehicles. Asked about the reports, Foreign Ministry spokesman Lin Yan said China urged the United States to respect market principles and provide an open, fair, transparent, and non-discriminatory business environment for Chinese enterprises. On the foreign scene, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has reduced the number of tour operators to participate in the 2025 Hajj to 20 from 40 that participated in the previous year. And NACON's Commissioner Operations, Prince Anofi Elegushi, made the disclosure during a meeting with members of private tour operators. Elegushi also stated that the Commission paid out 695 million naira refunds to 139 tour operators from their caution deposits for the 2023 Hajj due to lack of complaints from their pilgrims. China has urged its citizens in Israel to leave as soon as possible as tensions between Israel and Lebanon's Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah escalates. Currently, the situation along the Israel-Lebanon border is extremely tense, with frequent military conflicts. That's according to China's embassy in Israel. Israel and Hezbollah threatened to escalate their cross-border attacks despite international calls for both sides to stay back from the brink of an all-out war. Now, police say at least 4 people have been killed and dozens injured in a mass shooting in Birmingham, Alabama. Truma Fitzgerald, a police officer, says multiple shooters fired multiple shots on a group of people later on Saturday in the 5 Points South area of the city. Birmingham police found the bodies of 2 men and 1 woman at the scene, and a 4th victim died of bullet wounds in hospital. Detectives are investigating whether the gunman walked up to the victims or drove by. However, no suspects have been taken into custody. And now some excitement from the world of sports. Nigeria's women under-19 team, also called the Junior Female Yellow Greens, began their 2025 ICC Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers with a flying start, beating Tanzania by 4 wickets in Kigali, Rwanda. Lilian Ude was the biggest performer for Nigeria, grabbing 5 wickets to power Nigeria to a confidence-boosting win in their group. Nigeria captain Lucky Piety lost the toss, and the Tanzanians elected to bat first, but was the only win the East Africans would claim, as Nigeria ran the show in the first innings with some spectacular bowling. Nigeria made a remarkable entry on the global fencing scene during the weekend thanks to the impressive performance of 16-year-old Nkosi Bro, who won the country's first ever medal in the Seba category at the World Tournoi Satellite Cup in Iceland. The world number 67 ranked fencer clinched a silver medal after a hard-fought 9-15 victory against Iceland's Andre Mativ. Seed number 5 for the event, Bro began his campaign in the round of 16, defeating Germany's Magnus de Witt 15-9. Putting Nigeria on the map for the right reasons there. Let's end Global Television News Prime tonight, but first off, we'll bring you a recap of some of our big stories. The Federal Executive Council has approved the establishment of a disaster management fund. A Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed a suit seeking Ganduje Sark as APC National Chairman. In business, new U.S. rules to exacerbate trade disputes with China. And in sports, we told you Bro has won Nigeria's first medal with eyes on 2028 in fencing at the Olympics. And that's all we'll have for you tonight on News Prime here on Global Television. Came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder to our viewers that Global Television is live on DSTV channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. Use our handle to follow us across social media platforms at Global TV NG. On behalf of everyone who has contributed to tonight's production of News Prime, I am Uyi Agumofugbe saying a big thank you to you. We'll see you again.